Hi, my name is Rachael Carns, and today I am sitting down with my patient, Mr. Smith, and his wife to talk about neutropenia and neutropenic precautions. Mr. Smith had his first dose of chemotherapy last week, and today's blood work shows that he is severely neutropenic. So I'm going to educate them on what neutropenia is, how it was diagnosed, what caused it, the risks associated with being neutropenic, and the neutropenic precautions we recommend Mr. Smith follow to reduce his risk of developing an infection. So, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, your doctor asked me to meet with you today to talk about neutropenia. Mr. Smith, we drew some blood work today, and the test that we did is called a CBC with differential. This is the blood test we use to monitor for neutropenia, and the value we're looking at in this test is something called your absolute neutrophil count, or ANC. Now, a normal ANC is between 1.5 and 6.5. Your neutrophil count today was 0.34. So anytime a patient has a neutrophil count less than 0.5, such as yours, they are considered to be severely neutropenic. And being neutropenic means that you have a low number of neutrophils circulating in your bloodstream. And neutrophils are very important. They are the type of white blood cell that's primarily responsible for identifying and fighting infection. So when you're severely neutropenic, you have a higher risk of developing infections. And if an infection develops, it has the potential to become very serious and even life-threatening because your body doesn't have the defense it needs to fight it off. So the neutropenia that you're experiencing right now is a side effect of your chemotherapy. There's nothing that you can do to prevent yourself from becoming neutropenic. But there are neutropenic precautions that I'm going to review with you that you can implement to help reduce your risk of developing an infection. And there are 8 of them I'm going to go over with you. The first is hand washing. It's the best way to prevent the spread of germs. So you and your family members need to wash your hands often for 20 to 30 seconds at a time using warm water and a liquid antibacterial soap. The second precaution is that you're going to want to avoid sick people. Anybody that has a contagious illness, you're going to pick that up from them more easily. If someone living at home with you has one of these illnesses, please take some of these masks home with you. You wear them just like this, and you and the person with the illness want to wear these at home to prevent spreading those germs to you. The third precaution is to avoid crowds. When you're in public, you can't control what germs you're exposed to. So if you do need to go out and do things like grocery shopping, please go at the least busiest times of day. And again, wear these masks to protect yourself. The fourth precaution, we ask that you do not do any gardening, work in any flower beds, or handle any fresh cut flowers. The fifth precaution pertains to animals. If you have farm animals at home, you should not be in contact with them at all. If you have domesticated pets in your home, it is safe to be in contact with them. You just need to wash your hands after any physical contact. You don't want to let them lick your face, and you also don't want to be handling any of their urine or feces. The sixth precaution deals with your drinking water. If you have city water at home, it's treated and safe for you to drink. If you have well water, it needs to be boiled for a full minute. And if you drink bottled water, you need to be checking the labels. And if the label states, like it does here, that it is purified or filtered by reverse osmosis, those products are safe for you to drink. The seventh precaution deals with your diet. You want to follow a low microbial diet. So we ask you not to eat any fresh fruits or vegetables, no raw nuts. Meats and fish need to be cooked well done. Your eggs need to not have a runny yolk. And we ask that you don't eat from salad bars, fruit bars, or deli counters. And any dairy product that you eat needs to be pasteurized. The eighth and final precaution is temperature monitoring. We ask that you take your temperature twice a day, morning and evening, and if your temperature goes above 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, you need to contact your physician immediately. So these are the precautions we want you to follow. You're going to come back to the office next week and we will recheck your CBC to see where your neutrophil count stands. And if it has rebounded and built back up to a safe level, we'll let you know that you no longer need to follow these precautions. So in conclusion, many patients going through chemotherapy will experience a decrease in their white blood cell count, and some of these patients will experience a critical drop in their neutrophil count, leaving them at increased risk for infection. The CDC estimates that 60,000 cancer patients will be hospitalized with a severe infection each year, and 1 in 14 of these patients will die. So, like Mr. Smith, it's very important for them to understand and implement neutropenic precautions to reduce their risk of developing one of these infections.